Welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We are fortunate to have on the line with us the head volleyball coach for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, none other than Miss Coach Lindsay. How you doing today, Coach?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Thank you for having me.
Well, ma'am, thank you for making yourself available. And might I say, I know we still have another cluster left, but what a great start for a first year, huh? It's going to make people spoil in Pantherland, huh?
Well, that's all I can ask is that people, start showing the support when they see success. People like winners, so that's always nice.
Yes, ma'am. Look, you got a cluster coming up this weekend. If I'm not mistaken, you'll be in Jackson, and you'll be taking on Jackson State, A&M, and Mississippi Valley, not necessarily in that order. But you got to be pleased with how things have taken off, and I got to ask, what's the secret to the success so early?
I think I talked to you about it a little bit earlier when we were interviewing before the season started. We do a lot of mindset training, and we give these athletes an opportunity to kind of be themselves and grow into who they are. We are a very young team, but I think that it has a lot to do with that, just them being able to, get out of the negative self-talk, just kind of move on to the next point. Volleyball is a game of mistakes, and so they're not ridiculed or yanked out as soon as they make a mistake. So they have to have that opportunity to sort it out. One, because they're young, but also just because it's volleyball. Like, nothing's ever going to be 100% perfect. And so when you come and watch them play, they have a lot of energy. They play with a lot of enthusiasm, and I let them do that. I let them be themselves. And so that's worked for us.
Right. Well, I guess if I were to summarize it, you empower them to not play afraid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if you go out and you're afraid to hit the ball, you're going to make that mistake anyway. So I would prefer for them to make aggressive errors as opposed to just like being afraid to make something and then doing something tentative and hurting the team even more.
Right. Now, we know the ultimate goal is to always to win as many games as you can, to stay out ahead. And just be honest with me, Coach, are you surprised at how fast things turned around this season?
I would say yes and no. I mean, I knew what we had, after the spring, and then I also knew what we had coming in. I watch a lot of film. I'm a big studier of the game, and so I was able to kind of gauge where we were as far as, talent-wise up against the rest of the conference, and I knew we were going to be successful. Now, 8-2 halfway through the season, or, even going out right away and winning a bunch of games in the preseason, I can't say that I was expecting that, but I think I told you before, my goal is to win games outside of conference and do well in conference, and I think we've pretty much followed through with that.
Yes, ma'am. Now, of course, you're bringing much awarded attention toward you and your program, and people are going to start looking at you all as the hunted instead of the hunters, and that's an invitation that you take on and invite brightly, right?
Oh, absolutely. We love that challenge. I'm going to love up the challenge every single time. We push it into our players. You walk into a room and you always have something to prove. You should want people to want to have to knock you off the top because, you've worked your way up to get there. Now you keep that spot, and we love it. We love that challenge of people wanting to come in and beat us because they're going to have a hard time of it.
Yes, ma'am. Now, of course, you said you knew what you had coming in, and you inherited some things and you did the mindset. Are there any couple of players, and I know it's all a team sport, but have been that magic bullet that kind of surprised you and got more out of that you were anticipating?
I think all of them. I knew the talent was there. Once the skill set came out, it was just kind of like every single day I was surprised by somebody stepping up and doing something different. And they still continue to surprise me, especially at this part of the season where they're kind of settling in and we're kind of smooth sailing right now. But still every single day I see something happen that I'm like, wow, like she finally mastered that, or look at her, like she was working on this and now she's able to do it. Now she's moving on to the next skill to get better. So still getting better every day. So it's good to see them not just being stagnant and just being content with where they are, just continuing to grow as players as well.
Yes, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be helping with recruiting down the road and awareness on the yard where people can come out and say, hey, as you mentioned, these guys are winning. And let's go out here and get behind them and do it because, as you said, winning is contagious, just like losing is contagious, just like negative thinking and talking is contagious. So I'm giving you all the kudos, man, for having that magic wand and we want you to continue to have that success and bring home a championship. Can I put that kind of pressure on you, Coach?
Absolutely. I mean, we host, so hopefully it'll be one at home, and then we won't have to pick
I know.
Home.
Isn't that beautiful? Now, I do need to ask you this because for those who are not aware, the volleyball championship, is it the third weekend of November that it starts?
Yeah, it's November 17th through the 19th.
Right. Like you say, when you get old, like when you start counting the weeks, like 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. So that's like the third weekend. So does it put any additional pressure on you being the whole school to do well in the tournament?
Not necessarily. You know, I try to tell the girls every day, like every single game that we play, we're preparing for a championship game. So it really doesn't matter what team that we're playing, whether, you know, we beat them by 15 or it's a close game of 5. You know, every single point is preparing us for the championship, and so it just so happens to be at home this year, and we play really well at home. And of course, you know, we're gonna enjoy having that advantage of being home, having our fans here, our parents not having to travel too far. But for the most part, I mean, we look at it like it's just a normal game, whether we're home or away. But you know, I'm gonna be proud of them regardless, because as they've already exceeded all expectations. But it is a really good year, and I would love for us to go on out there and get the championship this year.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Coach, we are thanking you so much for making yourself available and for the time to share with TV Nation on the success of the program and much, much more to come. I want to give you some closing thoughts and comments, ma'am, at this moment.
Yeah, we have our senior night on November 10th against Texas Southern. We would love for everybody to be able to come out. It's going to be a really good event. Got the band there. Got, you know, some dancers performing. We're doing some stuff for some of the old SWAC champs that came through here. And so, you know, just going to be a really good event, and just showing your support for these young women, because it is very hard to do what they've done in 1 year. And so just give them the kudos, give them the respect that they're owed, and come out and see us.
All right, Coach, would you allow me to go do the Watusi for the dance performance?
Yes. Wait, I'm sorry. One more time?
I said, would you allow me to do the Watusi for the dance performance at halftime or something?
You can do whatever you want to do. It's fine with me.
No, I'll be looking from afar. I'll let you youngsters handle all that. And
okay.
They don't even do the dances I do anymore. I could even remember. But it's all good. But, Coach, we thank you so much for a phenomenal start. Good to bring that energy back. And they say the good daughter coming home. Coach Lindsay of the Prairie A&M University Panthers doing it strong. They got another cluster coming up on this coming weekend in Jackson, Mississippi. So I'm going to ask you, Coach, who you rooting for?
Oh, we always root for PVU now.
All right, now that's what I want to hear. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thanking you guys for joining in. Follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.